Okay, we're out here on Grecky's Dam. There's the Grekster himself.
Hey.
So what we've been doing, we're working this dam wall. It's been dug from the old Elysian flat diggings. So this material we're working here would have come from, what, a couple of metres down or something?
This is the shallow digging. So the shallow diggings drain into Elysian flat at the top. We're going to go there this afternoon.
Right.
But this is a dam bank, and we've topped out at about 8 or 12 ounces here over the last 20 years. Don't tell other people, but yeah.
So what we've got, I've got the AT Max here. I'm in all metal mode, and I'm running that. I've actually got the smaller coil on it, the 5x8 double D, because the big one was just picking up too much ground. This is really hot ground. Oh, it's very variable ground too. Ground balance is around 90, 92. Sometimes it drops down into the 80s. So what we're going to do, we're just going to dig these two targets. We've got one on the wall here and one on the top, and see what comes out. There's a chance I might get a little bit of gold out of here. So this one's a really distinct, target, this one. Have a listen to this. In there. I've taken off the Z-Link headphones obviously so you can hear it. Now I'm getting a 00 to 01 ID, so I'm not really getting a target ID, but it's definitely a target. You can hear it's a sharp, repeatable tone there, so we'll have a bit of a scratch to see what comes out. Won't be far down because it sounds like you can hear the double D sort of bumping across it there.
Beautiful wash.
Yeah. And you're saying you're going to put this through your wash plant this year?
Yes.
Going to get us some nice gold out of it, I'd say. We've just recovered a piece of gold that was not detectable on the Pro Pointer 2. A target ID as such, the target's too small, and it's kind of on the edge of detection obviously. I'm getting a much more distinct hit on this one than I did on that last one. Still got okay, so this target now, I'm 2 inches in from the surface level where it was detected. I'm just going to take off tiny little pieces and just see how we get closer to the object where we're detected here. Still not getting a target ID, but that doesn't. That other little piece we just got did not register as a target ID even on the coil. That's how low the conductivity is. Nice, we're going to take it as there. That's just a bit of mineralisation, you can see it there. Okay, I've moved the target now, so we're probably about 4 inches from the surface level where there was a repeatable signal. It was fairly rounded, it wasn't a sharp signal like that, like you can hear there. Okay, I've got a target, clear target there. Okay, that's the target. And we've got a nice little piece of gold actually. You can see there. It's well, you can hear that target become obviously more distinct as we got closer to it. Probably 3 inches on the coil. Max has no trouble with 2 inches. I'm getting a good target there in the air, but that's not being attenuated by the ground. So there's a little bit of water-worn gold.
Righto, we're in Tibooburra, we're in outback New South Wales. We've pulled up on the common, we're in the corner of the common, and it's a beautiful morning. It's about 8:30 in the morning on Wednesday, I think today is. Anyway, big 12-hour drive yesterday. We've got a bit of gear getting together.
Yeah.
And what size would you say there was?
0.05 of a gram maybe.
Yep.
We're at the Tibooburra Town Common here in the corner country, New South Wales. We've got the new AT Max in this rubbly coarse wash country. I've actually got the 5x8 coil on it, not the standard 11.5 inch, because in this country I need that smaller coil to minimise the effects of the mineralisation. I've been ground balancing and side balancing the coil. I've got a lovely little piece of gold here now. It was only an inch down, which is typical of where this gold is laying in this country. I don't know, this could be 0.3, 0.4 of a gram maybe, but it was a solid signal on the AT Max. Unfortunately I didn't get it a live dig, but I'm going to show you that now. That's the piece I've got in the nuggets tip here. Unmistakable signal from the surface, no trouble at all recovering that, so there we go. It's a pretty awesome little piece of gold with the Max in the New South Wales goldfields. Happy with that. So we're just wandering around in the bush here, having a bit of a scratch, looking for gold, and we come across this beautiful flowering Sturt's desert pea, which is the floral symbol of one of the states, but I can't remember which one.
We're on the Cameron Corner Road heading out towards where the three states come together, South Australia, Queensland and New South. We're not going to get there today obviously, but we're going to go the back road or the station roads, which you are allowed to drive into publicly as a normal car driver, provided you leave the gates as you found them and notify the station owners. We've just gone over a grid. You might have noticed the camera went up and down. As we went over that grid, we're now in Mount Stewart Station. You can detect in here, however you need permission from the owner, and I believe it's $15 a day. There is good detecting in the breakaway country to the north, and there's some really good beaches out to the west and to the south. Yeah. So I've come off the Cameron's Corner Road. We're going to hit a white gate up here, and that will take us into Gumvale Station. We are still on Stewart Station. It comes right up to their boundary, of course, as it normally would. And the range in front of us, particularly to the left, is the northern fault line of the Warrata fault, geological fault, that has pushed up. Now we'll get closer to that, and we're actually going to go inside in a little amphitheatre, or quite a large amphitheatre area between the two ranges. There's a replicated range on the southern side, so you're surrounded on both sides with the range. On the eastern extremity, I'll take you there, and there's a old battery that was set up in the mid to late 1800s and carted in from all over Australia. I believe the 10-head stamper was from Castlemaine, and other components came from South Australia, and it's sitting on limestone, or the sandstone that's been carted from Adelaide as well. On the foundation, yeah. On the foundation. It is a stunning place. It's like they walked out of it yesterday. Yeah. We'll show you that when we get there. It's just incredible. Just want to show you one thing. We're driving through the Gumvale Gorge, was the scenic way. We're on a flat here, as you can see. Just pan around and just show them the flat here was. We're out of the creek and we're up high. I'm going to show you, this is where you should camp. I'm going to show you where you shouldn't camp. Come with me. The reason why I told you to camp up high is for two reasons. As a kid growing up in the 80s, I used to watch Jack Absalom videos, and I don't know anyone my age who didn't, and we revered Jack. And I remember in one of the videos he said never camp in creek beds, because water comes through this country at the flash of a hat, and it just comes so quickly. It might be raining here, but it might have been raining 5 k's that way, 2 or 3 inches, and it'll come through and wash you out. Now, if you don't believe me, come and have a look at this. That's the water level up there. That's how hard and how fast these creeks flow. If that doesn't kill you, then when that falls out of the tree and hits your van, that'll kill you. If you are coming out here, don't camp in the creek beds. As beautiful as they are with these white gums, don't camp. They are a death trap. Camp on the high spot. We don't advise this. Just to give you an idea how deep these shafts are. Just hit the bottom.
Just hit the water table too, by the sound of it.
Yep. So what they've done here is they've tried to tap into the reef or the run of quartz that's gold bearing right down at that depth, but when we get to the battery at the other end, it's quite shallow. I'll show you what we mean. So this is the northern entry to Jeffreys Flat, and this is Jeffreys Flat, the two hills that were Rata fault line hills. There's gold in here, good gold in here.
Righto mate, so where are we here? We've come up through the gorge and we've found this old bit of infrastructure in the bush.
Yeah, we're at the southern end of the Jeffreys Flat field. This is part of the Albert Goldfields, the poor man's goldfields. What you can't fathom, and I don't know if you get a vision of this with what we're shooting here, is just the sheer size of this battery. We've got the big flywheel, we've got, it was in its heyday a 10-head stamp, we've got the boiler that we're set up next to here, and of course we've got all the area here that they've camped in. It just would have taken months to get all this infrastructure in here, Warren.
It never ceases to amaze me the efforts the old timers went to get this gear in here, and it's like you said, it's a week.
Yeah.
A week from Broken Hill on a bullet break.
Yep, yep. And this stuff here's been here probably 1880.
Yep.
1890.
Yeah.
And it's well over 100 years ago it's been carted. It's still here.
Still here.
It would be nice to see some organisation restore some of this, because it's starting to, in the 20 years that I've been coming up here, it's starting to deteriorate.
Yeah.
And we've got the saplings coming up now, and the tree roots are pushing foundations and knocking things over. Even just this steam head, I think it is part of the steam head set up here. It's starting to tilt, and it's going to, well, it probably won't because it's all connected to the flywheel, but it's going to eventually fall in there, and they'll have a hell of a time getting that up. But incredible stuff.
I know, I just love seeing this old infrastructure in the bush. It's a real connection to the past, and you're right, it's got to be preserved because it won't be here in another 100 years.
No, not at all. So we're going to have a cuppa now, and what we might do after, if you reckon, was we might go for a bit of a detect around some of the old structures.
So what Grecky's showing me over here, we've got obviously huts and bits of chimney and stuff, and so we're the blokes that will work in this battery, and there's a number of shafts just in this local area. A lot of men on this field, and a few women too, I would imagine. So we're going to go and do a bit of relic hunting on the other side of the creek and see what we come up with. Okay, I've got the faintest of audio there. And a flat surface area here. Look at that improvement after a centimetre.
You can't, well now you can't miss that, can you?
That's definitely in there.
Yep, okay, so...
As I say, get in the bowl.
You get in the bowl. We've had them blokes already. Oh, we
got
him.
Got it. I heard a little clack.
Yep, I heard it.
All the way to the end, when there's bugger all left. You can hear that whack, you can hear that whack.
Yep.
There, you're close. Another two more and you're there. Just about see it now, you'd see it. Yep. You're there now, this is the one. Have a look at the sun, try and get that shadow off it. A lot to be said about a solid top coil too, by the way.
That's the thing, yeah.
There it is. It's there, or it's that one there.
Yeah, that's the one there.
That's
there. You just get a moisture's come up with it. The size of it, it's ridiculously small. See him all right? Right, it's the afternoon of day one out here. We're still on the Tipperburra Common. up in the corner country, New South Wales. Nice signal here where I've got the point of the pick. I've just pulled back the that sandy material, and we'll do a live dig and risk the embarrassment of that, whatever it may result. Just give you listen to the audio. We've got max, 18 max, all metal mode, ground balancing at 86. You can hear there's quite a shallow target there. The coil's hitting it really hard. So the lead shot. Sure it's gold. Pretty sure it's not iron. She's out. Yeah, the target's quite distinct. Okay, it's in my hand, and unfortunately there's a little flake of lead. The whole time has been in there, so that's the result. Never mind. So we've got a coldie here now. We've had a big day.
In order with our Queensland friend, we think it's only appropriate that because they can't spell beer, but it's actually beer, and we've been looking for gold. So there you go, mate.
I actually asked for Great Northern and they give me 4X, but that's okay. They're Victorians.
I can't stand that Victorian beer.
On the count of 3, boys.
1, 2, 3.
Cheers.
Cheers.